All right, I might as well do a video while I'm chilling out with my dog, considering he doesn't want to walk. Which, that's him. I was trying to go for a nice afternoon walk. He's like, no friggin' way. You go for a walk and leave me on the sofa. But anyway, so yeah, not mentally retarded. This is insane. And I'll tell you what, my mother tried to do some scams like that back years ago. This is where I actually did deliberately play a prank on some organisations from 2016 to 2018, because my outcome from that was not for benefit and gaining for myself, but then they continued down the path of not listening to me when I said you've got wrong information, so they can pay back the damages it's cost me. However, my thing was to shine a spotlight on just how much scamming goes on from workers and organisations. So no, I'm not mentally retarded. I don't even know how that scam started, that lie about me started. So I did get mugged after work, that's right. November 30th, 2007, I was mugged after work, which affects my left eye. So there's, left eye and, look, I'm going to always say this. So the hearing in my ear comes and goes. I don't know if that's to do with the migraines, but because I was hit to the back of the head and I get chronic migraines from it. And the chronic migraines actually affect my speech because all I can focus on is the pain. The shocking pain, and my sight gets affected, and my hearing, but I think that's more of the pain. It's sort of like when you get a really bad migraine that you want to vomit from. You're right there, Bax. You're trying to lay down. He wanted to be left. He wanted me to leave him sleep on the sofa, so he's not too happy with me making him walk, but it won't hurt him. It's a nice warm afternoon. So this all started with bullshit years ago, and I've had a gutful of it. So there was that. Plus, I do need glasses, and I've had people argue this point for years, and I'll try to make up some bullshit. For an example, the first time I had my eyes tested was I was on the Central Coast, at my grandmother's house, Ruby's, which is at Long Beach. I'm with Dad and his partner then, Annette, and it was 1990. We just come in from the reptile park, and I've got a book. I'm reading the book, and every so often I kept the words was going fuzzy. I remember it. It's pretty much the same now. So they sort of go into each other. Anyway, Dad said, "Look, what you're struggling reading that?" I said, "Oh yeah, it's because the words keep basically going in towards each other." And he goes to Nick, "I think Justin needs glasses." Sure enough, he got my eyes tested. I needed bifocals. That was at a young age. Now I didn't wear them, which I should have probably wore them, and they probably would have helped. I didn't, because my mother has been weird since she got with her second husband. She's like, "You don't need glasses, you've got this, you've got dyslexia, you've got," like, making up these stories. It's like, well, actually, if I just wore my glasses in class, I'm fine, but I was not going to wear my fucking glasses. I look like a dork. So I never wore my glasses until I started working as a VIP host at Star Casino. And I used to leave them in the pigeon box out the back of Lagoon host desk and be putting them on when I had to read, and then taking them off when I went back out and was dealing with people. Then I put them back on and do memos and so forth. I've actually kept all of my memos, and not all of them, majority of my memos and emails that I've done when I was a VIP host at Star Casino, because when I was working there, it was such a cutthroat industry that if you were ever going to go for another job, remember, everyone's going for that job as well, so that you need to back yourself up. No one's going to give you a good recommendation. It was one of those industries where it was cutthroat, dog-eat-dog world. So I can prove what I'm saying is the truth there. There's a lot of other things that went on I can explain too. A great example is I've had stories made up about me where I've had people say, "Oh, well, he's copying someone who can speak Italian." I'm like, "Well, I learned Italian in 1995. I stopped speaking Italian in 2007, so you realize that doesn't make any sense at all. Because I started learning Italian back in 1995. In actual fact, when my twin sister Amanda, and we don't look alike. Amanda looks like mum's side, I look like dad's side. My hair's been naturally dark brown, near black since I was a little kid. My sister's different. The only time I ever had blonde hair was when I had toddler baby hair. Both my grandfathers have jet black hair. The other thing is, well, my grandfather's Stanley Fleming. I'm a Fleming, not a Rackley. That's the other reason why dickheads thought I was mentally retarded. My mum had two husbands. One's Mark Fleming, my father. The other one's Mark Rackley, my stepfather. So there's that. What else was there? So, like I was saying, okay, back with Amanda going to Armidale University, I went and saw her in class one day, and back in those days, so we're talking about 1998, I could say full sentences in Italian. And I actually was being a smart ass and cocky and saying full sentences in Italian. Now I can't because I haven't used it since 2007. As for French, French was, I did 2 years of French when I was in LA, the Rosary College. So 1992 and 1993, years 7 and 8, I did 2 years of French. Latin was taught in primary school at St. Aidan's, which I started in 1984. So it all can be explained. The same thing with Arabic and so forth, and my knowledge of Arabic can all be explained. And that goes to the area that I grew up in, plus the school I went to, people I was around, and then I wanted to pick it up more in the year 2000 when I was working in Parramatta. So it all can be explained. I'm not, mentally retarded. And I've actually turned to my mother years ago and was like, that's it. Like, because this went through immigration. This went through to fucking America. It's so much so that I was like, right, Carol, you want to fucking tell the truth. Now, my mother brought me this beautiful cigar humidor back around 2006. It's in the shape of a wooden 1920s car. And this cigar humidor, I was like, that's it. I'll put it out the front of my building, because idiots thought I wanted the kids or whatever. Like, when I was packing to move to America, these ridiculous removalists who have wrong information, it's been going on for friggin' 9 years now, and they still believe they're not going to pay damages. It's like, yeah, you're going to pay damages. You're a fucking loser. You were told by me you've got it wrong. So, they thought it was all to do with attention and stuff. I'm like, no, I applied for a green card and I've got a green card. I'm working towards relocating there. So anyway, when I did, they were packing up stuff. For example, they packed up my baby clothes. Like, my mother, for some strange reason, when she was clearing out her place, she gave me the keepsake she had on me, which is my baby's blanket, teddies when I was a kid, clothes and stuff that was to do with me. I'm gay. Never want kids. I'm like, why don't you keep it for your own keepsake? But she gave it to me in a box. They packed that up in a box, and also packed the toys that, like, fluffy toys that my ex-partner used to buy my dog. So I get to America and I'm unpacking. I'm like, oh, I've got this freaking baby shit, which was mine, and toys, and I put it out for anyone to have. I was like, oh, I don't want this rubbish in my apartment. It should never even been packed. I didn't pack it. And as for my kids' stuff, I don't know why my mother dropped that box off to me to begin with. Then there was the humidor. It's a 1920s wooden car shape, expensive cigar humidor. I put it out the front of my apartment. Some dickhead thought it was a kid's toy and took it. I'm like, that's an expensive kid's toy, mate. It's for cigars. Then there was this other shit, because apparently I had some rocking horse that was supposed to be for kids. I'm like, it's a Brazilian ornament. Like, there was one story made up after the other, which could have been resolved with a good solicitor. Instead, the stories, which are nothing more than criminal defamation. Not just criminal defamation, it actually hindered my work process and career for 9 years. So I'm sticking to the fact that it has financially disadvantaged me, which is a version of fraud. So financially disadvantaging somebody in the state of New South Wales falls under fraud. So let me pause that, because, okay, just stop the recording just then, because someone that I knew from the park in Rushcutters Bay, just with his dog Bertie, just said hello to me. But as I was saying with the recording that went on, this was nuts. This went on since 2015. I deliberately played a prank on the organisations that got involved in 2016. So I'm talking about, mate, Eva Lviv, I played the biggest prank on this idiot like you wouldn't believe. Well, they got wrong information and ran with it. And I thought, well, I'll be a smart ass back. If you're going to believe what you've been told and it doesn't follow facts, then I'll be a smart ass back to you. So I was. Same with Danielle Canoon? I don't know her last name. Kieran, I don't know, some bull name. And I did the same thing with, she was from Acon. There was some reach out organisation, Matt O'Rourke. I'm like, oh, well. And same thing with these other dickheads that kept Bobby Goldsmith and all these other fucking ridiculous organisations that kept going on. And I've had it for 9 years. And so basically, you've got disability organisations, other groups, people that got involved. They fucked up. They don't want to pay damages. Well, piss off, because you're going to pay damages. Right? Kid you not, you're going to pay the damages. Because I'm not a character person that's going to back down. I can give a massive, long, detailed statement of everything to do with my entire life, and then I can back it up with evidence. Look, I was talking to the attorney today that notarized my documents, and he was even being an idiot. A great example of, like, he goes, oh, you know, so I wanted to get my documents notarized, so it was investigated to look at the fact that they're, you know, they've gone through a proper notarization. So, yep, this is who I say I am. This is what I've studied. This is where I've worked. This is the study I was on. Anyway, so that's why I did it. And I want to make sure that everything was through this barrister. Now I'm having issues with this barrister, where he's not issues with himself, but where he's he thinks, oh, you don't, if you want to have more documents notarized with my pretty stamp on them, something like this, I'm thinking, mate, I want to say to him, don't talk to me like I'm meant to be fucking retarded. I've had this for 9 years. I've watched my fucking own deadbeat loser mother's sister, Robin Childs, and her deadbeat daughter, Chrissy Childs, get away with this fucking shit. Like, so I was just like, you're gonna fuck things up, basically, because I'm not gonna sit back. It's been 9 years. I'll ring solicitors every single day. So then what I did, when all this was going on after I was lied about in 2015, December 2016, I'm down visiting my auntie, Uncle Tony, Auntie Linda, and they actually had moved down to down near Bowral. It's in between Picton and Bowral. It's called it's Yambai or something. Anyway, so I'm getting milk one day, and the idiots there's this idiot dickhead Mark Henner that was actually hanging around doing his little minion stuff, and I'm like, I'll play a prank on this loser while I'm down in IGA. So I did. I played the biggest prank on this loser while I was down in IGA. That wasn't real, and the police took it. They thought it was real. Oh, fucking hell. So that fucked me up, especially in Picton back in 2017. And I was like, no, let me make... So I was just joking around, being a dickhead. Like, I was being a smart ass. From 2016 to 2018, you can pretty much guarantee that 90% of it was me being a smart ass back to organisations that got involved. And was told by me in 2016 to fuck off. You know, so, yeah, even this Mindog organisation, which is ridiculous, wasn't it, Bax? You poor little thing. So I said to them when I first met them, I said, oh, look, I've got a green card to the US. Held a green card since 2014, and as per US requirements, you know, if I want to train him for a service dog in America for travel, I just have to have asthma. And I do have asthma. But, yeah. So I put that up there. Look, it's like, no one can actually turn around if it goes in front of a magistrate and say, but Justin didn't tell anybody. But Justin's told everybody, put it in recordings and put it up on social media and YouTube. So yeah, he did. It's out in public forums that these idiots got wrong information. My mother involved, what was it? Oh, she's a fucking Looney Tune. What was it she involved? Fucking the Uniting Church organisation she now works for. And then you've got, you know, other bullshit going on. And then you've got my ex-partner who tried to pretend that he was a carer. He wasn't a fucking carer. He was a scammer. He should be arrested for fraud, and the bastard forged my signature. And that's what we're going with here. So, you know, dog's not an emotional support companion, I'll say that. And it's gone on since 2015, the bullshit. And I'm ringing solicitors every day saying, yeah, but the information's not true. So the information's, you know, incorrect, and it needs to be corrected. Any damages that it's causing cost me from that. I'm going to pause again. Stop the video again. So yeah, so it's just gone a bit too far. You know, I've actually turned around continuously and said, but the information isn't true, and I find it to be extremely, what do you call it as well? I find it to be, well, it is defamation, but it's also discrimination, because it's discriminating against physical health injuries and chronic illness and twisting it to be something that it's not. And that's pissed me off. My hairdresser fucking even got involved. I'll leave it there because I want to post this one and leave it under 15 minutes. But at least you can honestly say that there is enough forums I've actually put this out on and told the truth.